Hey guys, what's up? It's Convective Analyst here, and it's another one of those days where we have like 10 risks of severe weather in other areas. So let's get into your forecast. So what we really need to talk about is this 2 out of 5 slight risk near New York City, Allentown, Philadelphia, Washington. We don't have a tornado risk anywhere in the United States. We do have a 10% wind risk in this area, and we do have another 5% SIG 1 risk. So 60-mile-per-hour winds are going to be likely in this area. Okay. Hail risk is also low. We only have it in these two marginal risk areas. Now going into Saturday, we only have a marginal risk right here for Des Moines, Omaha, and areas, and then it's basically in the same area on Sunday, just a little bit more north. Now, going into Monday, we need to be very serious about this. This was the storm I was talking about with the mid-level winds and that stuff, because we could have a significant day of severe weather coming up for the Chicago area on Mondays. We're gonna look at some models, but I just want to talk about this for a little bit. This is a 4 through 8 outlook. So when SPC issues 4 through 8, you just it could be a significant day of severe weather because they're predicting a pretty high risk of severe weather um, out ahead, right? Again, this is for Chicago, just Detroit, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. We have 27 million or thousand people. I think that's a million people in this area. So this could be a very serious day. Now, but starting off with this slight risk that we have today, which is Friday. So this is the HRRR model. So let's look at this and we'll look at that stuff too. So it's very isolated, but we do get a bit of a line right here near Albany. For the New York City area, it's basically just clusters of storms. This will continue into the night, but then we do have another cluster of storms that breaks up when it enters Pittsburgh. So we'll keep an eye on that too, and then even more storms on Saturday, right? So that'll all clear out. Now for the storm in Chicago and for the Carolinas, let's look at this really quick. This I'm gonna use the HRRR model because we are gonna look at the Rufus model, which tends to make things look way worse than they are, but it goes out a good amount. But we'll start with HRRR for today for the Carolinas. So it's Friday. So isolated storms, probably if we get severe storms today, which we're not even in a marginal risk, we're in like a T storm risk. We only have a cluster of storms in the mountains, which this could tend to some flooding because it is a train of storms. No storms really get to the Charlotte area today, but on Saturday we could have this line of storms right here that kind of comes to the Charlotte area, but that is showing that it's just gonna break up around the Charlotte area. That could happen or that couldn't happen, right? Just expect on Saturday, like if you get a storm, it could be severe, so make sure to have those alerts up. Now to the Rufus model for the Chicago storm. Okay, so let's get into Monday. Where is Monday? Okay, Monday's right here. So this is 2 a.m. It looks like we have storms up there that actually already form in the morning hours. But around 10 in the morning, we have this crazy line of storms that come through. And also, this is the Rufus model. So it tends to make things look way more severe than they actually are. So let's hope that. So just imagine this, but like less severe. Okay. Now it could be this, right? If the environment's favorable in the morning, it could definitely do this. So that's going to move across the Chicago area. We can also go into the GFS model, which looks very like hard to read, but the thing is, it goes very far out. So this is Monday. Again, like look at all the continuous rounds of storms that Chicago is gonna get. Even the Carolinas, like it's kind of affecting everyone here, right? So just continuous rounds of storms. One other thing I want to look at really quick is more of the details for today. We're gonna look at the Cape, which is just the storm field that's out there. You can see we're in pretty red and purple up here. We have 4,000, kind of close to 5,000. For the significant tornado parameter values, we actually are pretty high, where those Cape values are right here around 7 p.m. So a quick spin up tornado will be on the table today, even though we don't have a tornado risk. The supercell composite radar, these storms will be downburst damaging windstorms and straight line damaging winds if a line develops. Last thing, the precipitation. Like in this area right here, we're going to have a lot of storms. Like almost 6 inches of rain. I mean, look at the storms here. I mean, if there's going to be a tornado or a severe storm, it's going to be in this area right here, okay? So stay safe. I might be going live for this. I don't really know. So I'll see you in our next video or live stream.